From Storm Tracker 6, this is your Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people.
Well, it has been a windy, a wet, and a raw day, and we've still got rain showers across mid-Michigan tonight. A check of the rainfall totals, most areas between a quarter and almost a half an inch now for the airport in Lansing, so it has been coming down quite a bit today. High temperatures, I hope you enjoyed the 50s because they are moving out. The overnight forecast, temps in the mid-30s by tomorrow morning. We'll be hard-pressed to make the low 40s by the afternoon. We'll have much more in weather coming up.
The votes are in and Michigan has chosen its next governor. Thanks you for joining us tonight.
I'm Lauren Thompson.
And I'm Sherry Jones. There's a lot at stake in this year's election, so let's get straight to your results.
Starting off tonight with the race for Michigan's next governor.
Democrat Gretchen Whitmer will be our state's next governor. She just took the stage for her victory speech just moments after Republican Bill Schuette conceded. Our Siobhan Klepfer is with the Democrats in Detroit.
Siobhan, there's lots of excitement there tonight, isn't there?
Yeah, lots of excitement, especially at 10:45 when Gretchen Whitmer took the stage, all smiles, thanking people and waving people along the way. One of the very first things she said in her acceptance speech was, I guess it's now time to fix the roads. And everyone, erupted in applause, of course, by that because, that was one of her big campaign pushes in the commercials that we saw. But her biggest message in her acceptance speech tonight was inclusion here in Michigan. She wants Michigan to be a place for everyone, full of hope and respect. She said she wants it to be a place where there's opportunity for everyone. And her big message that she said several times during her speech was, the voters have spoken, and Michigan needs to be a place that builds bridges and not walls. And that's something that she said several times, and of course got a lot of applause to that as well. But she said, to get things done here in Michigan, both sides of the aisle need to work together. That's how we're going to get things done. She said, come January, she is going to hit the ground running. But again, we need to work together to get things done and build bridges and not walls. And that was really what stuck out to me the most in her acceptance speech. We're going to have a lot more for you from her reaction and her acceptance speech coming up tomorrow morning on 6 News this morning. So for now, here for you live in Detroit, Siobhan Klepfer, 6 News.
All right, thank you, Siobhan. Bill Schuette and many other Republican candidates gathered in the capital city tonight at the Lansing Center. And less than an hour ago, Schuette took the stage and thanked his supporters as he conceded the race to Gretchen Whitmer.
Aaron Jordan is here for you now live from the Lansing Center. Aaron, what's the latest there?
Well, it's fair to say, Lauren and Sherry, that it was a disappointing night for Bill Schuette and his supporters. Schuette gave his concession speech about a half hour ago, where, as you said, he spent much of his time thanking his campaign staff and volunteers. He actually opened with a joke saying that he had a great victory speech written. Schuette added while he was disappointed in the outcome and believes the current political climate played a lot into his defeat, he's grateful that he received the Republican nomination for governor back in August. Schuette did speak to Governor-elect Whitmer over the phone, and he described that conversation.
I spoke with Senator Whitmer, and I expressed my very best wishes and wished her every success in her new responsibilities. I just want you to know I was so honored to be the Republican nominee for governor, and I ran to have Michigan be the leader, the leading state in our nation. Nothing less will do for Michigan.
And Schuette said he's not sure what the future holds for him at this point, but he added that he is looking forward to spending more time with his family. We are here for you live in Lansing tonight. Aaron Jordan, 6 News.
All right, thank you, Aaron. There are a lot of factors that went into this race for governor.
Here for you now to explain some of the reasons he believes Bill Schuette lost is our Capitol correspondent, Tim Skubik.
How ironic that Bill Schuette waited almost all his life to run for governor, and then when he did, he lost. How come? The campaign was not really gangbusters. He pretty much stayed on the same message from the get-go. There were modifications. He changed his position on gay rights. He also changed his position on pre-existing health care conditions. But most of the time, he was talking about tax cuts, Jennifer Granholm, and Gretchen Whitmer. He linked the two, and the linkage did not produce enough votes to produce a victory for Bill Schuette. In addition, he tried to appeal to female voters by using the Nassar issue, his prosecution of Larry Nassar, and by talking about what he did on sex trafficking. But apparently that didn't resonate with the female voter enough either. In fact, at one point, Gretchen Whitmer told him to stop using Larry Nassar for his own political gain. And finally, the debate performances. Bill Schuette needed to hit home runs. He was constantly behind in the polls, and the debates, well, there may have been a single or two, but nothing out of the park. Here for you in Lansing, Tim Skubic, 6 News.
Moving now to the race for Michigan's U.S. Senate seat. Right now, it appears it's just too close to call.
It's been back and forth tonight between incumbent Democrat Debbie Stabenow and her challenger, Republican John James.
Right now, the latest numbers show Stabenow pulling away with the lead at 52% of the vote over James's, and I'm looking right now, 46%.
Alexandra Illich is live in Detroit. Allie, what can you tell us about this race?
And Sherry, I mean, you are right about that. This race is just way too close to call. In the beginning, earlier in the night when the polls closed and the votes started coming in, it was Republican John James. He was leading the way. And then all of a sudden, there was a little flip. Democrat incumbent Debbie Stabenow, she started leading the way. She's still leading the way by over 6% of the vote. And so who knows what will happen? Anything could happen at this point, but we're still watching it very closely. As you can see here, the numbers on our website that we have the election results online, so you can follow along as well, and we will be sure to keep you updated as soon as we have a final result. Here for you live in Detroit, Alexandra Illich, 6 News. Back to you.
Thank you, Allie. Now to the latest on ballot proposals.
Perhaps the most controversial of which was to legalize recreational marijuana.
Dana White joins us now live in our studio. Dana, are we the next state to have legal pot?
Lauren and Sherry, the answer to that question is not official yet, but definitely leaning towards yes, meaning the use of recreational marijuana may be legal here in Michigan for those 21 and older. The results currently stand at about 58% voting yes to Proposal 2 and 42% voting no. That's with 39% of the results in. It will allow people to buy up to 2.5 ounces a day, grow up to 12 plants for personal use, and will be taxed by the state. I caught up with the group in support of the proposal earlier this evening. Take a listen.
In states that have legalized, we found that police are solving crimes faster than in states that have not. So we're going to be solving crimes faster, using our law enforcement resources more efficiently, but then also, on the other hand, generating millions of dollars in new tax revenue for our roads, our schools, and our local governments. Proposal 1, I think, learns from the best practices in the states that have already done this, but at the same time also gives people in Michigan the personal freedom to do what they're frankly already doing in the privacy of their own home.
Coming up in just a bit, I'll have the results of Proposal 2, which would change the way Michigan draws its district lines. Sherry and Lauren, back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Dana. Now we turn to some of the state's big congressional races.
Several Republican incumbents had strong challengers this election cycle.
We start in District 8, where incumbent Mike Bishop faced off against challenger Alyssa Slotkin in a race that has garnered national attention. As of right now, Bishop is holding on to a lead for that seat with 76% of precincts reporting. Bishop is about 4 percentage points ahead with 51% of the vote. Our Ashley Graham got reaction from the Slotkin campaign.
Spirits are still high here in Clarkston. Only about 1/3 of the vote is in right now, so we're still very early in the counting process. The race could go either way. Numbers are pretty close, somewhere in the 50s and 40s for both candidates, so we're still waiting on some of those numbers. But as I said, spirits are very high. People are in good spirits here. We're waiting on some more speeches, and we're also waiting on more of those numbers to come through. So we'll have more of those numbers for you as the night goes on. For now, here for you in Clarkston, Ashley Graham, 6 News.
Well, moving on to the 7th district congressional race now between Republican incumbent Tim Walberg and Democrat challenger Gretchen Driscoll.
Right now, it looks like another incumbent is ahead to take the seat. Walberg is up 52% with 76% of the precincts reporting.
Our Kaylee Marintent is following this race for you.
I'm here at the Tim Walberg watch party, where officials are saying the votes are favored their way. Last report says that 43% of the votes are being reported, and Walberg is up 51%.
I feel fairly confident about the race. I think we've done the work that's necessary representing this district, working on the tax cuts, the economy, opioid, heroin abuse, getting those bills signed most recently by the President. We've listened to the people, we've been out amongst them, and I think in the end that will be rewarded.
Recent data shows that 43% of the votes are being reported, and Mr. Wahlberg is up 51%.
All right, thank you.
Michigan's 4th district congressional race was called early tonight. That district includes Clinton County.
And with 42% of the votes in, Republican incumbent John Molinar will keep his seat. He's winning by a margin of almost 2-1 at this point. He won with a healthy margin, pulling in more than 60% of the overall vote. Molinar sits on several subcommittees for the House Appropriations Committee and is co-founding the Bipartisan Congressional Chemistry Caucus.
Well, now we head back to Dana White. She's here for you live with a look at the results from Proposal 2.
Now, that proposal is designed to eliminate gerrymandering. That's where some claim that politicians manipulate voting districts to benefit their own party.
Proposal 2 would hand that power over to a committee of citizens instead. So, Dana, what's the latest on this one?
Lauren and Sherry, the proposal to end gerrymandering has been in the works for a long time here in Michigan, and those with the group Voters Not Politicians are excited to see it on the verge of passing. The results currently stand at about 60% voting yes to Proposal 2 and 40% voting no. That's with 40% of the results in. Now here's a breakdown of how this proposal works. The group Voters Not Politicians will create a 13-member commission made up of 4 Republicans, 4 Democrats, and 5 people who identify with neither party, who will decide voting districts in the state.
Proposal 2 is so key because free and fair elections are fundamental to our democracy. And if we don't have free and fair elections, then our democracy is in danger. So Proposal 2, I think, is key to that.
Proposal 2 also denies partisan politicians, their employees, and lobbyists from participating in this process. For more on this proposal, you can head over to our website, WLNS.com. Sherry and Lauren.
Thank you, Dana. Now, Proposal 3 is all about voting rights in our state. This ballot initiative would allow same-day voting, meaning a person who registers on Election Day can then head to the polls right away.
It would also allow no-reason absentee voting and straight ticket party voting. Michigan voters gave this measure a lot of support, with 68% voting yes. Supporters hope this proposal will make it even easier to vote here in Michigan so we can see more elections with major turnouts like this. We'll keep it here. 6 News will be right back with more of your election results.
And remember, we are your local election headquarters. Thanks for watching.
Welcome back, and thanks for joining us on this election night.
We do have a lot more results to get to, so we're going to jump right in.
Moving now to the races for Attorney General and Secretary of State.
We're going to start with the AG's office. With 50% of the statewide vote counted, Democrat Dana Nessel, as you can see, is in the lead with about 50% of the vote right now. Republican Tom Leonard is about 5 percentage points back. In the race for the Secretary of State, Democrat Jocelyn Benson, right now we're told, has a comfortable lead over Republican Mary Treater Lang. We're going to head back out to Siobhan Klepper right now in Detroit, where Democrats are watching the election results pour in.
Yeah, that's right, Sherry and Lauren. A lot of excitement in this room. And actually, shortly after 11 o'clock, the Democratic Party declared Jocelyn Benson the winner to be Michigan's next Secretary of State. So I guess we have that 30-minute guarantee at the SOS offices to look forward to now. That was one of her campaign promises and her goals during the campaign. And then again, the race for Attorney General, still a very close one. It's been neck and neck this whole night. Have not declared any winners on this side as of yet for that. But as you mentioned, Dana Nessel in the lead over Republican Tom Leonard. So we will continue to keep an eye on that for you. As soon as the winner is declared, and if it is Dana Nessel and the Democratic Party declares her the winner, we do expect her to hit the stage very soon after that. So we will have more updates for you here on 6 News. So stay with us. Very exciting night here for Democrats, absolutely, in Detroit. Here for you live in Detroit, Siobhan Klepper, 6 News.
Thank you, Siobhan. We're going to take a little break now from election results.
David Young will be in after this for a check of your forecast. Thanks for spending your election night here with us on 6 News. We are your local election headquarters.
This is Weather First from Storm Tracker 6, brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people.
Well, the major pattern change we've been talking about for some time is here, and it's moving in as we speak. I mean, it's not terribly cold. Low to mid 40s outside right now, but it's going to be cold enough for snow soon. Here's a look at our first snowfall forecast of the season. Now, this is if you took the snowfall from right this minute, which is not snowing, through next Tuesday at 4 o'clock. 1 to 2 inches, not a big deal, but it's the first snow of the season. And I do think the majority of the snow will probably come on Friday, and then some snow showers again on Monday or even Sunday evening into Monday and Tuesday. So several opportunities to pick up a few flakes of snowfall. So we look at the satellite radar. Still the rain showers out there tonight, not causing any major problems. However, as we zoom out, the rain snow line is still well to our northwest. It's more with the heart of the cool air, and that's going to be building in over the coming days. As we look at precision cast through tomorrow morning, area of low pressure pulling away, and you already see a few snow showers in northern lower Michigan. Again, an indication that we're getting back to the colder weather. As we move into the afternoon and the evening hours, there may be a stray sprinkle or two here in mid-Michigan, but there's not going to be a lot of precipitation tomorrow. We zoom out a little bit as we move into Thursday, and we start to focus our attention to the southwest. A storm system starts to get organized. The cold air is already moving in. So as we move throughout Thursday afternoon and Thursday evening, we just see a few clouds to the southwest. Relatively quiet here. Thursday night, that precipitation starts to shift further north, and by Friday morning, there you go. Some slick roadways to greet you as you're heading out early to finish out the work week. Accumulations mainly on grassy surfaces, but with temperatures at or below freezing, we could see some on some of the roads, some slick bridges and overpasses, things like that. And the snow showers will likely continue into Friday evening as well. So yeah, could be kind of a slow go throughout the day. So check out the temperatures tonight, hovering in the low to mid 40s across mid-Michigan, 45 Owasso, Charlotte, 43 degrees, 44 in Coldwater. Not all that cold. Skyview Network 44 live conditions in St. John's. Check out that peak wind today, 34 miles per hour. Pretty impressive. As we look outside right now on the Grand Ledge Tower cam, maximum wind 43 miles per hour. Current temperature 43 degrees, south winds at 14, so it feels like it's in the upper 30s. Just a little bit of wind chill tonight. On the WLNS Tower cam, 44 degrees, peak wind 39 miles per hour, and over 4/10 of an inch of rainfall for the Lansing area. A little less on the Jackson cam, temperature 43, peak wind 37. And there's a look at the Hillsdale Tower cam. Peak wind today 45 miles per hour. Very windy across portions of the area. For tonight, cloudy skies and still a few more scattered showers. Low temperature 36 degrees, so not quite cold enough above us to translate into snowfall. So it's just showers tonight, 1 or 2 showers tomorrow, and still pretty windy out there. Not as bad as today, but you'll feel the breezes tomorrow. The 6-day forecast. Thursday, quiet. Friday, light snow and 37, the high temperature. Maybe a flurry Saturday. Sunday and Monday, upper 30s. Rain or snow showers Sunday. Snow showers Monday. Snow showers on Tuesday. We may not get above the freezing mark on Tuesday. In November, that's pretty cold. Mid-30s for highs Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and back in the 40s we go Saturday and Sunday. 1 to 2 inches of snow typically is not a big deal, but it always is when it's the first snow of the season.
Maybe it'll get it out of its system early.
Hey, we can hope, can't we?
Yeah, bring it on now through the end of December. Come January, we're done.
65 in February.
Yes. Woohoo.
We'll keep it right here. Our election night special continues next.
And up next, we'll get some of your state and local race results for you. So keep it here. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Taking a closer look right now, mid-Michigan results are coming in for state legislature races in the capital area.
We start with the 24th state Senate seat, which covers Eaton, Clinton, Shiawassee, and part of Ingham County. With 52% of the districts reporting, Republican Tom Barrett is beating his Democratic rival Kelly Rossman McKinney with 54% of the vote. Barrett is an Iraq War veteran and currently serving his second term as a state representative.
Now moving to the 71st State House District, which is currently held by Barrett. The race is too close to call. Currently, Democrat Angela Whitwer leads Republican rival Christine Barnes by just under 50 votes. At this time, 82% of the votes have been counted. Meantime, in the Grand Ledge School District, residents were asked to vote on 2 multi-million-dollar bond proposals, one to improve school buildings and the other to upgrade sports and arts facilities. With a third of 25 precincts reporting right now, voters are leaning toward approving both proposals with about 60% of the vote. Voters seem to have approved the first proposal. and rejected the second bond. So that's what we're looking at right now.
To see the latest updates in all the Michigan races, log on to WLNS.com.
That's right. There's a big banner that you can click on to get all the election results as they happen.
And stick around because Fred's up next with a quick look at sports for you.
Thanks for spending your election night right here with us at 6 News. Well, welcome back. On election night, we have elected Fred Heumann to have a brief look at that big basketball game tonight in Indianapolis.
Yeah, we couldn't leave you out completely, Fred.
I'm so honored.
Welcome. You better take it away.
Much bigger things happening tonight, of course, than in sports. But #1 Kansas did face Michigan State in the Champions Classic. Spartans came out all fired up. First game of the season. Tom Izzo getting a little pregame advice from Dick Vitale. Oh, boy, that really helped. Kansas led by 17 at the half. Spartans kept cutting into that lead. Turnovers were a big issue. Cassius Winston that turnover led to a fast break layup by Dedrick Lawson. 11 minutes left. Big play here. Winston with the three-pointer draws the foul. Turned that into a 4-point play to cut the lead to 11. 5 minutes left in the game. KU up by 9. The Jayhawk size was an issue all night. The hook shot by Udoka. Azubuike made it a double-digit lead. Somehow Spartans got to within 6. Kyle Ahrens for 3 with 40 seconds left to cut it to 3. 90-87, but that was MSU's last bullet. Spartans unable to overcome the early deficit. Kansas wins 92-87. The MSU women's basketball team opened the season tonight with a 99-69 victory over Bowling Green.
Wow. Well, good. Good for them.
Okay, yeah.
That was a close game earlier.
It was. Weather-wise, now you're heading out tomorrow morning, worried about the snow we just talked about. It's not tomorrow. The out-the-door forecast, still a couple rain showers possible, and temperature-wise in the morning, we'll start out in the 30s, but rise to the low 40s, so not bitterly cold, but it will be quite breezy. It's going to feel chilly tomorrow. As you look at the 6-day forecast, 41 degrees on Thursday, some light snow Friday. That's the time to watch out for travel problems. On Friday morning, maybe Friday afternoon, we go above freezing though. And then over the weekend, we've got upper 30s on Sunday, some snow showers Monday, and it gets even colder, if you can believe that. 32 on Tuesday with a continued chance for snow showers. All told, 1 to 2 inches seems very possible to me, mainly grassy areas. So not necessarily one you may have to shovel, but could cause some issues on the roads.
That'll be the first flurries, though, that we've seen this season, right?
The first that will cause us problems, and it always does every year. You know it's coming, but when you get off the roads, you got to remember to allow a little extra distance.
That's right. Relearn our driving skills.
Yes.
You know how we have No Shave November?
Right.
This is going to be No Complain November from Uncle Fred.
Wow. Let's get a signed contract on that.
Exactly.
Yeah. What date is it? This is the 6th?
Yep.
It is.
Wow.
It's going to be a long November.
Well, as we've been reporting, a lot of races have been determined, but there's still a lot going on out there in election world. In fact, we're just hearing in our ear right now that the Associated Press has called incumbent Democratic Senator Debbie Stabenow the winner in that race as well. We have all the latest for you on WLNS.com.
That's right. And don't forget to tune in to 6 News this morning for all your up-to-the-minute election results. Have a good night.